It's a centralized index of notable clips, headlines, and references being shared across the community, organized for quick browsing. Use it to spot patterns, pull links, and build your own research list. Qnotables.com. Browse the notables, verify the facts, stay informed. All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From Iran's intelligence minister has been killed in what officials describe as a series of precision strikes targeting senior leadership. Regional sources report the operation focused on disrupting Iran's intelligence command structure during an already volatile period. Military analysts say removing high-level figures can degrade coordination and response capability, but also raises the likelihood of retaliation. The strike comes as tensions remain elevated across the Middle East, with both sides signaling continued readiness. A public confrontation is drawing attention after Joe Kent was criticized on air over stepping away from his role. The exchange focused on questions of leadership, timing, and accountability. Commentators say the moment reflects broader pressure on political figures to justify their decisions under scrutiny. Supporters argue the move was calculated, while critics point to concerns about consistency and commitment. The exchange has sparked renewed debate within political circles. A U.S. nuclear command and control aircraft was tracked flying over Northern California, according to flight monitoring data. Defense officials maintain these aircraft are routinely deployed to ensure continuity of command during potential emergencies. The platform is designed to maintain communication with nuclear forces under all conditions. While such flights are part of standard readiness operations, their visibility often increases public attention during periods of global tension. Oil is once again flowing through a pipeline near Santa Barbara for the first time in more than a decade, following federal approval to restart offshore production. Government directives authorized the resumption as part of a broader push to increase domestic energy output. Industry officials say updated infrastructure and safety protocols are in place. The restart marks a notable shift in regional energy activity and is expected to impact supply levels moving forward. Federal law enforcement leadership states that the FBI is expanding operations focused on protecting children from exploitation and abuse. Officials say additional resources and coordination efforts are being deployed nationwide. Law enforcement agencies report an increase in investigations targeting online networks and trafficking operations. Authorities describe the initiative as a priority mission aimed at identifying offenders and strengthening protections for minors across multiple jurisdictions. Intelligence reporting indicates that British officials responded aggressively after a cyber intrusion linked to China-targeted voter-related data, while similar concerns in the United States were handled with limited public disclosure. Security analysts say election systems remain a key focus for foreign cyber operations. Officials continue to assess the scope of intrusions and strengthen defensive measures. The situation highlights ongoing challenges in protecting sensitive data tied to democratic processes. Legislation identified as H.R. 1432 proposes removing liability protections for COVID-19 vaccine manufacturers, allowing individuals to pursue legal action. Congressional records show the bill aims to reverse existing federal safeguards tied to vaccine distribution. Supporters argue the measure restores accountability, while opponents warn it could affect future vaccine development. The proposal is expected to face significant debate as lawmakers consider its broader impact. A televised interview gained attention after a prominent host issued an on-air apology to Senator John Fetterman during a discussion. The exchange marked a departure from typical confrontational formats and drew widespread reaction. Media analysts say the moment reflects shifting dynamics in political coverage and public discourse. The interview has since circulated widely, highlighting the evolving tone of high-profile political conversations. A pastor in Missouri has been suspended after records showed she previously managed a private island owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Church officials confirmed the suspension pending further review. The discovery has raised questions within the community regarding background transparency and leadership vetting. Authorities have not announced criminal charges related to the matter, but the situation continues to draw public attention. A federal court has revoked the citizenship of a man convicted of orchestrating a $3.8 million COVID-19 relief fraud scheme. Court records indicate the individual used fraudulent applications to obtain government funds. Prosecutors say the case is part of a broader crackdown on pandemic-related fraud. Officials continue pursuing similar cases as they work to recover misused taxpayer dollars and hold offenders accountable.
At shop.isitwaya.com, everything you buy supports Qnotables, the place where people talk freely no matter what. Check out our Qn honey pot, a jar of yummy honey that's as strong as your voice. Put it on toaster and tea. It's not just honey, it's freedom in every bite. Then there's Qn butter, a smooth handmade skin cream that makes you feel good while you fight for what's right. Awesome wood and pieces for display only. Hang them up or set them out. They're for showing off Qn's tough spirit. Want to help even more? Get a proto membership. So go to shop.isitwaya.com now and grab some goodies. Help Qnotables keep free speech alive, and let's keep the ideas flowing loud and free.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Board's March, a university student chapter affiliated with a national organization has severed ties and announced plans to rebrand independently. Members cited internal disagreements over leadership and direction. University statements confirm the group will continue operating under a new identity. The move reflects broader tensions within student organizations as priorities and affiliations continue to shift across campuses. U.S. leadership has requested mine-sweeping support from NATO as part of ongoing military coordination efforts. Defense officials indicate the request is tied to securing key maritime routes amid rising regional tensions. NATO partners are reviewing the request as part of joint operational planning. The development signals continued alignment among allied nations focused on maintaining stability in strategic waterways. A new profile highlighting Melania Trump outlines her efforts to reshape her public role following her time as First Lady. The feature focuses on her initiatives, public image, and long-term positioning. Analysts say the coverage reflects a deliberate effort to redefine her presence and influence. The piece presents a broader look at her evolving role in public life. A nonprofit executive in Missouri has been sentenced to 16 years in prison after being convicted in what prosecutors describe as the largest public assistance fraud case in the state's history. Court findings show the scheme diverted significant taxpayer funds. Authorities emphasize the scale of the fraud and its impact on public programs. Officials say the case reinforces ongoing efforts to combat financial crimes involving government assistance. Former President Donald Trump stated he is not afraid amid ongoing political developments and scrutiny. The statement comes as he remains an active figure in national discussions. Supporters describe the message as a sign of confidence, while critics continue to challenge his positions. The comment adds to ongoing dialogue surrounding his role and influence. Donald Trump says he is considering withdrawing the United States from NATO, stating he believes such action may not require congressional approval. Policy analysts note that any attempt to exit the alliance would likely face legal and political challenges. The statement has drawn attention from lawmakers and international partners, highlighting potential implications for global security arrangements. Data shows a growing number of children in the United States are being prescribed psychiatric medications, prompting renewed discussion among health professionals. Medical experts say prescriptions have increased over time, raising questions about diagnosis and treatment standards. Officials emphasize the importance of oversight and appropriate care when treating minors. The trend continues to be examined by healthcare providers and policymakers. Chief Justice John Roberts addressed concerns about public perception of the judiciary, citing what he described as increasing hostility toward judges. His remarks come during ongoing debates about the role of courts and judicial independence. Legal observers say the comments reflect broader concerns about maintaining trust in the judicial system. The issue remains central to discussions on the balance of government authority. Iranians marked a traditional fire festival with public gatherings despite ongoing conflict in the region. Reports indicate celebrations took place across multiple cities, reflecting long-standing cultural traditions. Authorities monitored events closely amid security concerns. The festival highlights the persistence of cultural observances even during periods of heightened tension. Regional reports state that individuals connected to a senior Iranian political figure were killed in a strike attributed to Israeli forces. The incident adds to escalating tensions and ongoing military activity in the region. Officials have not released full details, but the development is expected to influence the trajectory of the conflict.
Every voice matters. The power of free speech is more important than ever. Imagine a place where you can share your thoughts freely, explore new ideas, and engage in meaningful conversations anonymously. With online anonymity, you can express yourself without fear of judgment. It's about freedom, creativity, and connection. Join the conversation that matters. Embrace your voice. Celebrate your freedom. Visit 8kun.top today. That's 8kun.top.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Board's March 18, 2026, the Senate has begun debate on the Save America Act, legislation focused on voter registration requirements. Congressional proceedings show lawmakers remain divided over its provisions and impact. The outcome remains uncertain as debate continues. The bill represents a significant point of discussion in current election policy debates. U.S. Central Command reports that American forces conducted strikes on Iranian missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz using heavy munitions. Military statements indicate the targeted systems posed a threat to international shipping routes. The operation is part of ongoing efforts to maintain security in a critical global corridor. Officials say additional measures remain under consideration. Reports indicate that many Transportation Security Administration officers are facing financial challenges, with some struggling to meet basic living expenses. Internal discussions have raised concerns about compensation and working conditions. The issue has prompted renewed attention on pay structures within the agency as officials review potential adjustments. Government officials state they are executing presidential directives with increased speed and coordination across agencies. Statements highlight efforts to streamline implementation and improve operational efficiency. The approach reflects a focus on rapid execution of policy decisions across multiple departments. Lawmakers held a hearing on global threats featuring testimony from senior intelligence and national security officials, including Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel. The session addressed emerging risks and strategic priorities. Congressional records show discussions focused on national security challenges and response strategies. U.S. Navy aviators have conducted hundreds of combat flights as part of an ongoing military operation identified as Operation Epic Fury. Defense officials say the missions are designed to maintain operational pressure and readiness. The activity underscores continued military engagement in contested areas. A U.S. general overseeing operations related to Ukraine is under review following reports of lost sensitive materials and conduct concerns. Defense officials have initiated an inquiry into the matter. The situation raises questions about oversight and accountability within military leadership. A White House statement cites polling data indicating strong public support for voter identification requirements in federal elections. The issue remains central in ongoing legislative discussions. Officials say the data reflects broad backing for measures aimed at election verification. House Oversight Chairman James Comer has issued a subpoena to Attorney General Pam Bondi regarding the Department of Justice's handling of matters related to Jeffrey Epstein. Congressional records show the move is part of an ongoing investigation. Lawmakers say the subpoena seeks additional information and accountability. Political criticism has intensified towards Senate leadership, with statements describing dissatisfaction over recent actions and direction. The remarks reflect ongoing divisions within party ranks. Analysts say internal disagreements continue to shape legislative strategy and public messaging. Federal authorities are promoting a program offering free travel and financial incentives for individuals who voluntarily leave the United States using a designated system. Government materials indicate the program is intended to streamline immigration enforcement and reduce administrative burden. Officials say participation is voluntary and designed to encourage compliance.
Don'tDeleteMeBro.com. 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 Share the site with others. Don't delete me bro.com. Don't delete me bro.com. Don't delete me bro.com. Share the site with others. Don't delete me bro.com.
That's all for now. Stay alert, stay informed, and never hand your thinking over to anyone on a screen, including me. God bless you, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America. See you soon.
Thank you.